Libra. This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good month of May. Excuse me. Hope you all had a good weekend. This is Libra, who you hanging with, for May, June 2019. 9-card spread. 3 for the recent past, 3 for current energy, and 3 for future energy. 2 for overall energy, and 3 for guidance from the universe. And I will pull 1 card from each of the oracle decks at the end. For overall energy, I've been pulling the bottom 2. And that second card always explains itself, no matter what. One more shuffle. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. So, all right, Libra, let's get this kicked off and see who you're hanging with. Bottom of the deck. Empress. Underneath the Empress. Somebody trying to defend some borders. 7 of Wands. So we're going to leave that there. I promise 7 of Wands will explain himself when we get to that point in the reading. So let's see what we got going on. Recent past, Strength card. Princess of Coin. And the 2 of Cups. Current energy, 8 of Swords. Centerpiece and challenge card, the King of Coin. And the King of Swords. For your future energy. 9 of Swords. 7 of Cups. And the Princess of Wands. All right, Libra, let's see what we got going on here. Okay. So, some of you, it seems like, got caught up in a situation that got caught up in a situation you thought was just going to be it all. Going to be it all. This shook you up. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. You tried to sit on that lion and you tried to move forward and it did not work. What is funny to me is that the Princess of Coins in your recent past is resonating with the Taurus reading I just did a few minutes ago about giving away too much. And this person walked away from you because they felt like you were just throwing shit at them instead of trying to deal with who they were. With the 2 of Cups here, there was too much emotion. That was the other part of it. Not coming from you, Libra, but coming from the other person. You didn't know what to do with all that emotional stuff. So, you may have been dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Some of you could have been dealing with anybody, but just looking at these first 3 cards from your recent past, it may have been a Leo you were dealing with in particular. With your current energy, it just seems like, and it feels like, you were just so focused, Libra, on just not the stuff that matters in a relationship. And I don't mean to say it like that. It feels like you're focused on the material aspects of everything. And here again, we go back up here to the Princess of Coins. You're just throwing stuff at people. And you're doing that because that's your way of showing someone that you're interested in them. But if you're dealing with an emotional person, and I don't mean emotional in a bad sense, but just someone who is a little more in touch on a more frequent basis, they live their life from a more emotional standpoint. That is not good for you, Libra, because you are the creature of balance. And when things are too much to the left and too much to the right, You don't understand that. But by the same token, you don't, you're looking at all the wrong stuff. That's the only way I can say this. I'm sure at the end of this, that was mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to put it where it is so you understand, so you can move forward. Your beliefs are holding you. That's what's holding you right now. What you believe, or what you believed about this person you were trying to hang with, is the very thing that's got you all tied up in knots. And this is your energy. This is that air energy, that Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. Your beliefs, what's in your head, is what's holding you from manifesting any kind of real relationship, not just with this person, but for those of you that this is resonating with. This feels like this is not the first time this has happened, where you went through all this stuff and you thought this was going to be the person, and pa-dow, nothing happened. And all the right shit was there, the chemistry was there, the fireworks were there, but for whatever reason, you're in your head. You got to get out of your head, Libra. You got to. You're not going to be able to manifest any kind of relationship if you're going by an old belief system. If I give them everything, they'll stay. That if it's not working out, it's probably not going to work again in the future. Or if I set this person up financially, then I don't have to worry about them leaving. Well, what about the rest of the relationship? Especially if you're dealing with a person that is emotional, or that is looking at things from a more emotional aspect than you. How do you handle that, especially if you like that person? Which gets us to your centerpiece card with the King of Coins here. Your challenge is to see past the material shit. That's your challenge. To see past the material shit. If you've got all of this, Libra, if you got all the finances and shit together, and you're dealing with somebody that may not quite have all their finances together, but they're a good person, are you going to walk away from that person and get with somebody who does have all their financial stuff together, but they don't give a damn about you? That's what I'm talking about, the emotional stuff. Putting up too many emotional walls because you don't want to deal with whatever, and you figure if you don't deal with the emotional, then on the other side of that, you got to give them stuff. No. Your challenge. This is there already. This is there already. You got, and this is for whoever it's resonating with. You got the financial security. What about the rest of it? What about the rest of it? And that's your challenge. The rest of it. You got the finances down. You got the job. You headed in the right direction. You're doing what you want to do. You like what you're doing. You're appreciated on your job. Okay, you got all that. You got the house. You got the car. Where's everybody else? I'm just saying. You have all of this, but just because you have this doesn't guarantee any kind of emotional relationship with anybody, and you can't put those walls up, or you can't be so immune to emotional anything that all you focus on is just the material stuff. With the King of Swords here, trying to find a quick solution. It's the same thing. You know, making decisions to keep the peace, but you're not really dealing with the emotional stuff that's going on. And so this is all your current energy right here. It's all you. It's all you. In your head, you know, did I make the right decisions? Should I have made a decision to keep the peace? This is Libra, weighing it out. Should I have said something else? No. All of that. You've got to be emotionally vulnerable when you're in a relationship, Libra. Everything can't be weighed on the scales. It can't. Some things happen. Sometimes you fall in love and it happens. And there's no balance to it. You just fall in love. It is what it is. But how you handle it going into it, you know, resisting emotional bonding. That's an issue. You know, feeling like somebody's getting too close to you. But you want to put all your material wealth on, but you don't want them to get too emotionally close to you. I'm just throwing it out there. That's something you probably need to work through, especially if you want to manifest the kind of loving relationship you know you deserve, Libra. For your future energy with the Nine of Swords up here, it's just going to be more nights up, asking questions. Libra, go to bed. Go to bed. Everything doesn't have to be overanalyzed all the time. Go to bed. The relationship didn't work out. Whoever was potential, or this is newer energy, so I don't feel like it got very far. However it's resonating with you. But go to bed. Because the same questions you got right now, the same questions you'll have this time tomorrow night, if they're not answered, they'll still be there. At some point, you have to let yourself relax so the universe can let things come to you. But if you were just pressing against everything, every step of the way, analyzing, thinking about, in your head, with your beliefs, just, I don't know, I'm going to be the king, but I need to make decisions to keep the peace. All of that mental shit. At some point, you got to let it go. You may have some options in the future, but don't be clouded. Don't be clouded with all of this. Up at night, with all these questions. When you don't get enough rest, when you're constantly under tension and stress because you're overanalyzing, that clouds your judgment. And while there may be cups there, options in the future, all of them ain't good cups. I had to say this in another reading, that all of them ain't good cups. There's an asshole in one of them cups. But if you're clouded, I wrote it up there, if you're clouded because you're busy doing this shit, I guarantee you're going to pick the asshole cup and then you're going to be mad. So go to bed. Know that you have future options coming, but don't let your judgment be clouded. I'm just saying. And maybe it's time, Libra, to take a little trip. Maybe it's time to give yourself a break and go somewhere and do something. So some of you may have a trip in your future. Just know that trip, if you take it, it will go a long way in helping you clear your head. If you are unable to take a trip or go anywhere of any distance, something where you are, take a day, take 2 days, go do something else. Let all this bullshit go. If the relationship is done, if it didn't manifest fully, however it's resonating with you, let it go. Let it go and go do something fun. Go learn something different. Get your mind off relationships for a minute and think about something else and relax. The minute you relax, all kind of shit will start coming at you. You'll be like, oh, how the hell that happen? Yeah, because you're not pressing against the universe with all the questions and up at night and your belief system and financial security and, dealing with this but not dealing with that. Yeah. Let that go and reclaim some of the balance that you were so noted for, Libra, so you can get back to your usual self and try to manifest the type of relationship that you are really looking for. Let's see what the universe has for guidance for you, Libra. Judgment, Nine of Coins, Queen of Swords. So, Libra, whatever went on, in this deck, this is the real, true meaning of it. Some forgiveness. The universe is telling you you need to do some forgiving. Not just of the person that you were involved with, but forgive yourself. It's Major Arcana card. This ain't no bullshit. Forgive yourself. You're human. You are only human. You can only do what you can do. You can only learn what you can learn when you learn it. Forgive yourself. Cut yourself some damn slack. You are not going to be able to move forward if you have all these walls up. The first step into getting through some of that bullshit. Is to forgive yourself and forgive this person, whatever they did to you. It looks like they just really just walked away and went on about their business. And it wasn't a whole lot of emotional stuff because it feels like that person got that part out early on and it, for whatever reason, didn't resonate with you. You didn't pick up on it, whatever. But forgive them, forgive yourself, so you can move on and attract some good shit. If you hang on to this and if you analyze in the 6 months from now and this relationship didn't go a full year, you're doing too much. If you're thinking about this 6 months from now and this relationship only went 2 years, you're probably doing too much. The only way I would be really considering what the hell is if I were married to the person. If you weren't married to this person, chalk it up. Chalk it up. That's all you can do. Forgive yourself, forgive the other person. And continue. I'm sorry, Libra. My phone's doing this thing again, acting crazy. At any rate, keep creating that higher standard. Don't stop doing that. You're trying to manifest a good relationship. Keep creating that higher standard. Don't stop. Just because you're not in a relationship, you're in between relationships, however that's resonating. Don't stop. Keep trying to manifest that best relationship. And whatever part you need to play in that. For you, I'm going to say, for those that it's resonating with, holding up those emotional walls, not letting anybody in, not being vulnerable enough to let other people let you know how much they care for you. Because some of you probably lost out because the other person didn't feel like they could express how they felt about you. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. And paying lip service to something or saying something is one thing. Sometimes people need to feel like they can approach you. But if you are always in your head, we're getting ready to get to her. But if you're always up in your head, overanalyzing shit, up the hell at night, with a bunch of dumbass questions on some shit, and you talking to the walls, you may not be approachable or as approachable as you may think. So keep trying to achieve that best relationship. Keep trying and take a look at what you can do to change yourself and what kind of partner may be better suited for you. For some of you, you may have just picked the wrong person and found out you didn't have shit in common and they were emotional wreck and you couldn't deal with that. However that's resonating with you. But just think about what you're bringing to the table and what kind of person you want coming to the table. With the Queen of Swords down here next to the Nine of Swords, maybe you need to set some boundaries for yourself, Libra. Same thing. Different card. Same thing. Defending boundaries right here. Laying the boundaries out. And you can't get this till you get this. So you gotta be clear about what you want. And then you have to defend the boundaries. You have to you just have to. You're not going to be able to manifest any kind of relationship until you know what the boundaries are. So all that said, universe, telling you, get it down on paper. What is it that you're really looking for? Because if you just keep picking people and you don't have a specific thing, and not just looks, think about how you want your partner to respond to certain situations. I'm just saying, that's something to really think about. How you want them to respond if you got sick, or if you had to go out of town on business, or if someone in your family got sick. What is your expectation of the person you'd be with? How would you want them to act? Get it in your head, because then it becomes easier to spot the person you need versus just kind of picking the one that looks good. Just saying. And defending your boundaries. Defend them, even if you're not in a relationship. You talking to somebody you think you might be interested in. Get them boundaries up and defend them. Why you have it this way, or why you like something this way, or why you feel like it needs to be this way. But don't be unapproachable, Libra. Get out your head. Get out your head. I'm just saying, don't overanalyze anything. Just hear what other people have to say. And this is more future energy for you and not so much current. Just think about it. Just think about what you're bringing to the table, Libra. Being a very balanced sign, it feels like this is kind of unusual to you because you're not used to being out of alignment. And so, you know, lesson right there. How do you deal with being out of alignment? What do you need to do? What kind of person do you need to be with to stay in alignment or as close to it as possible? Something to think about. It is definitely something to think about. Rejoice in celebration. Remember to breathe. Okay, so we're going to go back down here to the Princess of Wands down here. Go somewhere, do something, Libra. Next weekend is Memorial Day in the States. Go celebrate. Get your head out of this for a minute. Get your head out. It feels like it's very uncomfortable to you, Libra, this whole little situation, whoever it was you were trying to hang with. You feel very uncomfortable, like you were just not being in your skin right now. It's just not, because you just threw you. You were not expecting this, any of it, getting together with this person, the way they acted, the way you acted. So get your head out of this for a minute. Next weekend, go to a cookout, go do something, go celebrate something, go have a couple beers, go have a drink, whatever. But get out and celebrate, because life is moving. While you trying to overanalyze something, life is sure enough moving quickly. So get out, do something, and remember to breathe. Breathe. This is life. Ain't no practice sessions, and you don't get to analyze everything and go through. Breathe, Libra. Breathe, baby. Just breathe. And relax. So some of the good things that you really want will come to you and not pass you by because you're so tense and uptight about whatever. Breathe. Just breathe. That's the best thing you can do. You get a chance, go somewhere, hang out with your people. Do this. It's a reason for celebration. To be thankful for what you have already. I'm just saying. I'm going to leave it there, Libra. I love you. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope everybody is safe over the holiday. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.